2,000 years after the departure of Jesus the Christ. The prophets are back to teach the real Jews, the 12 tribes of Israel, their true nationality. This is their campaign.
Let's see if it means giving 10% of your checks, because the Bible explains everything. Forget men. Man invents things in his head. But the Bible teaches us the right things according to what, what's good. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 14 verse 22. Thou shalt truly tithe all increase of thy seed.
Read it again.
Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed.
It said we're going to tithe the increase of our seeds. Seed is what you put in the ground to get a tree that produces fruits and food. Mama, don't worry about her. She's all right. Yeah, all right. Right? So the seed is what we put on the ground to produce trees that give us food. Right? Read.
That the field bringeth forth year.
That the field bringeth forth yearly. All right? So it's speaking about the tithing, is speaking about the fruits, the seeds. Read.
Year by year. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in place which he shall choose to place his name.
All right, so that place that we're going to take that tithing, the seeds, the foods, is Jerusalem, which is our motherland. All right? Jerusalem is mine and your motherland. So we take that food. It was in Jerusalem where we did our offering, and that offering was made for a certain tribe, which was the Levites. Those were the priests that took care of the temple.
Right.
Right now in the churches you don't find Levites, and there's no temples. The church is what? A storefront. That is what? Collecting money from the people and robbing the people. The worst neighborhoods got the most churches. How is that possible? What kind of services they giving to the people?
Right.
Let's think about it. You go to the worst neighborhoods, you got 5 churches in one block. You got 60 murder in that year, on a 2-3 year span. Right? It was prophesied that his eyes were going to be red as wine. I mean, red as wine. I'm gonna read that to you and I'll prove that to you. Read. No, let me get the one. Yeah. I'm going to prove to you, right, that Christ's eyes were going to be red because he drank wine. That was a prophecy. All right? Contrary to what the churches paint him to be, a soft, effeminate man, right? Christ was an austere man, a strong man, a strong black man. Read.
That's Genesis 49 verse 12. Huh? His eyes shall be red with wine.
That's the prophecy about Christ. Read it again for the sister.
His eyes shall be red with wine.
So his eyes were going to be red with wine. That's why you see we depict him with red eyes. The whites of his eyes is going to be red like wine. For example, you drink, brother? No. You don't. You drink? You drink, right? So if this brother drinks, right? Right. If this brother, yeah, all right. You got to drink in moderation, sister. If this brother drinks, his eyes is gonna get red. The whites of his eyes. You understand what I'm saying, sister? Read. Go back to Revelation, brother.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So now John is looking down, and his feet, his foot, was like unto fine brass. What color brass is? Right? If you mix your colors, it's around that color, right? But it gets even more extreme. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So now you take that brass and you burn it in a furnace. What color is it gonna get? Black. Black. You know? Real dark. So this man right here is an imposter. Right?
That's right.
And our people worship this man. And that's the reason why, right? That's the reason why our communities are the way we are. Because we look up to the wrong God. This is the damn devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
All right? That's two things there. Right? The churches teach us what? That Christ was a white man. Negative. Right? They teach us that we got to give him 10% of your check. Negative. All right? Another thing the thing that they should be teaching you is who you are, according to the Bible. And they're not doing that. For example, let me ask you, what's your nationality, sister?
My nationality?
Yes.
I'm African-American.
You're African-American. What about you, my brother?
I'm black.
You are black. Black from America? So according to the Bible, you're from the tribe of Judah, you both. All right? So you from the same lineage as Jesus Christ. Christ came from the same tribe as you brothers and sisters.
Right.
You understand? And we got to get to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Right? Christ came from the same tribe as you brothers and sisters. Okay? I'm going to prove that you both are from the tribe of Judah. That you both are Israelites. Where are you from, my brother? You're African American as well? You also come from the mighty tribe of Judah, my brother. All right? There's a responsibility that lies within your hands. All right? Because for many years, our people have been subscribed to what? Christianity, Islam, Catholicism. Those are false religions given to us by who? By our oppressors. Right? One, the Islam was given to us during the sub-Saharan slave trade. Right? By our Arab captives. All right? It was given to us by the Arabs, which until today they slave our people in what's that? In Libya.
Yemen.
In Yemen.
Mauritania.
You go to Dubai, they're slaving our people over there. But our people subscribe to that. Right? The Christians were the first ones to come to this side of the world and torture our people. And our people subscribe to Christianity. You know? And we must change that. But I'm going to show you proof that you are from the tribe of Judah. That you are an Israelite according to the Bible. You know anything about your history? A little bit about your history? How your people got to America? How your people got to America, brother? Huh? On slave ships. Do you know that's documented in the Bible? I'm going to show you that. That's good. You know a part of your history. That's good. But your history is documented in the Bible. I'm going to show you that.
Bring it out.
Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
It's like, why? Why our people came in slave ship to America? Those are the questions we got to ask ourselves. Why? The Bible has the answer. There was one thing that we did, and we continue to do today, that had us in those slave ships. Because naturally speaking, we the strongest people in the world.
Right.
Am I correct?
That's right.
We the strongest people in the world. The most creative, the smartest. Right? The people that have the most perseverance. Survivors. But why did we end up in slave ships? This is why. Read it again.
But it shall come to pass.
He said, it will happen.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if we were not to listen to the voice of God, right?
To observe, to do all his commandments.
To observe and to do. Observe and do his commandments. What would happen to us?
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, though all these curses shall come.
So all these curses were going to come upon us. Listen, if somebody curses you, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing.
Right. So God said, because we didn't listen to him and kept his commandments, right? Curses were going to come upon us. Read.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
It says one of those curses was going to be that we were going to be cursed in the city. Right now, if you look around, this is a curse. Look on the floor, sister. You got to be looking over your shoulder that a young buck won't come and rob you of your belongings. That's a curse. Curse is when you go to your house, right? You're worrying about how, damn, I'm gonna pay. You living stacked up, one against, one on top of another. That's a curse.
Right.
How are we cursing the field? You work, brother? You work? You have a job? When you go to your job, that's basically the same thing as a field. You gotta clock in, right? You gotta clock in and you gotta wait there. They control 8, 10 hours of your day, 12 hours of your day. That's a curse in the field. Mama, don't go nowhere. Let me show you one thing.
I can't stand over my knee.
All right. You understand, my brother? Because she spoke about the slave ships. Come on, come closer. What's your name?
All right.
Omar? Good name, right? Omar. All right, so she spoke about the slave ships. And you know that the slave ships is documented in the Bible. I'm going to prove that to you. That's one of the other curses. I'm going to show you that right now. Read.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So the Lord is going to bring us into Egypt. You got to find out what Egypt is. At this point, it was talking about, this is a future a prophecy, right? But Egypt, if you look at Egypt, where's your map? Look at it, Omar. Look at this. Egypt, right? Cairo, that's the city of Egypt, right? So if you look at Egypt, Israel is around here. You could actually walk to Egypt from Israel. So when he's speaking about Egypt, he's speaking about the condition which our people were. Because the word Egypt means slavery or bondage. I'm going to prove that to you according to the Bible. Read that.
Exodus 20 verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt is what?
Out of the house of bondage.
So what is Egypt, Omar? Slavery. That's correct. So let's go back to 68 and explain to the brother in plain terms what 68 is talking about. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
So the Lord is going to bring us into Egypt, meaning what?
Again with ships.
Say, again with ships. Bring that out. Again with ships.
Yeah, Ruger, have your
That's document.
right there.
All right? This is not my words or a story I'm making up. This is the words of Most High being lived right now, right? This is where our people, that's us. That was your people, right?
Most of them died.
A lot of them didn't make it to this side. We the offsprings of them. You understand? That's us walking around. All right, but continue reading.
By the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So we were not going to see our homeland, which was not Africa. Africa is part of an inheritance, but Israel is our homeland. Israel is our motherland.
Right.
Let me get that.
Yes, sir.
Israel is our motherland. That's another confusion that the world has. That blacks all come down. Africa is our motherland. No, that's part of our inheritance. As a matter of fact, the whole world is ours.
Right. That's right.
Right? But there's a specific city, specific location. That's our inheritance, our motherland. I'm going to prove that to you. Read.
Galatians 4:26.
Mama, sit
But
down.
Jerusalem,
Go sit down.
which is above, is free.
So Jerusalem, which is above, is free. Right? Let's find out what Jerusalem is.
Which is the mother of us all.
So Jerusalem is the mother of us all, meaning you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? So Jerusalem is your motherland. So go back to 68, right? So it said we're not going to see our land no more. We're not going to see Jerusalem anymore. You understand, Omar? Come close, brother. She's not going to do anything to you. Come over. Read.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
And there is speaking about this side of the world, America, this land of slavery. Latin America, because our people were slaves down there too. The Caribbean. And there we were going to be sold, right?
Unto your enemies.
Unto who?
Unto your enemies.
What that tells you right there, Omar. Who were we sold to when we got to this side of the world? And what the Bible describes them as? As enemies. I'm going to read it to you again. I want you to get it. Read.
Thou shalt, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
We're not going to see Jerusalem no more.
and there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
We are going to be sold unto our enemies. You get that?
Right there.
Just us being sold to the Arabs. Right? Because those were the first ones to put us in slavery. And show them the other one too. Show them the other one. The slave or the... Yeah, right. Right? We were put on auction blocks. Sold as slaves. This is Bible history. This is your history, brother. The churches will never teach you this. Why? Because they want to keep you blinded. They want to hide the truth. You know what the truth is? What is the truth? No, the truth is that you are an Israelite according to the Bible. The truth is what? The commandments of God. I'm going to prove that to you. All right? But I'm going to finish up 68 and come back to the truth. Remember that, all right? Read.
That I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So here in America, we were sold as bondmen, bondwomen to our enemy, which is the white man and the rest of his nations that are guilty of our slavery as well. All right? And no one could have saved them from that. If your father had money, he couldn't have come and buy you out of it. Because God said, because you broke God's commandment, you're going to go into slavery. You got what I'm saying? And we mentioned about the truth. Now we're going to get into the truth. That's what's going to set us free. All right? How do we get, let me get that in John, right? How are we going to get away from that? How are we going to get away from the slavery that we're in right now? There's one key element. I'm going to show you that. Read.
John 8:32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
So what the truth is going to do? The truth is going to make you free. So you should be asking yourself, what is the truth? Let me get the truth.
Psalms 119, verse 142.
We're going to find out what the truth is, Omar.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
And thy what?
And thy law is the truth.
So what is the truth? The law. What law? Is it the law that Trump is implementing? God's laws. Right? So we're going to start learning about God's laws. That's the key for our freedom. That's the key for our freedom. All right? So I'm going to start off with the basics, with the simple ones. Let me get the fringes for the brother. Yes.
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel.
No, to the whole world.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Right. Because you're an Israelite. You from Israel. You are the real Jew.
That's right.
Right? So he said, Moses said, speak. God said, speak unto you, Omar. Right? So God's speaking to you. Read.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So one of our laws that's going to set us free is something as simple as this: fringes. They look good, fashionable. Right? People are making money off of it now. All the high-end designers, they want to put it on their clothes. But that's your heritage.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to be wearing for your freedom.
Right.
Right? Because that was given to you and your people. Read, but continue reading.
Throughout their generations.
So throughout your generations. So up to now until later. And before, we have to wear fringes. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So it is also commanded for us to put a ribbon of blue on our fringes. Right? As an Israelite man, you must wear this. On your shirts, on that sweater, or whatever shirt you have to wear that. But there's a purpose behind it. Read.
And it shall be unto you.
So that fringe is going to be for us.
For a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So it's going to be like a thing where we can look at it and remember our heritage. Alright? That's one of the laws, the key to your freedom. A simple one. Let me ask you this. Do you eat pork? You eat pork. Sometimes. Sometimes it's too much. Alright? So you, as an Israelite man, you're not supposed to eat pork. Do you eat shrimp? Yeah, sometimes. Alright, so we're going to learn today that you must stop doing that. There's a punishment behind that as well. So we're going to learn the laws on the diet that you must eat. Right? According to what's given to you as an heritage. An Israelite man. Read.
Leviticus 11, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which you shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
So God is going to give us a list of foods that we are to eat and that we are not to eat. Go to swine right away.
Yes, sir.
Read.
Verse 7. And the swine.
The swine, meaning the pork chop. Your father is black American, you said? And your mom is from where? From Honduras. She Gorifona? All right. So I don't know how they cook the pork over there. They chop it up.
Oh, they don't eat pork.
They don't eat pork. So you learned that from your father here in America. So the pork chop that your father cooks is a no-no. That's swine. All right. It's unclean. But read.
And the swine.
The swine, the pork.
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
It is unclean unto us as Israelites because it has certain characteristics that are not fitted according to the law. We're not to eat those foods. Right? And then I'm going to go to the waters, the things of the water, because I know in Honduras they love seafood. They people of the sea. All right? They like the foods that come out of the sea. The pulpos, the camarones, right? The shrimp, the octopus, the crabs. They love that over there. And that's also unclean. I'm going to prove that to you. Read.
Verse 9. These shall you eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales.
So whatever has fins and scales, that's what we're supposed to eat.
In the waters, and in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall you eat.
You hear that? Those we can eat.
And all that have not fins.
So those animals that do not have fins
and scales.
Or scales. For example, crab, lobster, shrimp, octopus. Right? Those all fit to that. Those fall under that category, right? Read.
In the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
So those are an abomination unto us, meaning we cannot eat those things. Because what? It makes ourselves dirty. It makes us dirty. Let me get the punishment for eating wrong foods. Alright? Because people might think, it's just a plate of camarón, it's just a plate of shrimp. Right? It's just a pork chop. What's wrong with it? Everything is wrong with it. That's the reason why our people got high diabetes, high blood pressure, gout, right? You can't think straight because guess what? Pork carries worms. Those worms go all the way up to your brain. I saw in the news the other day a kid died off of that. Parasites. Right, the parasites go because it's not, right, it's not meant to be eaten. You understand? Read.
Isaiah chapter 60. Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 17.
Yes.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh.
So our people sanctify ourselves, meaning what? You glorify yourself, you say I can do whatever. I disregard God and I eat whatever I want. Meaning swine flesh, right? In this case, swine flesh, what would happen to them?
And the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
So you're going to be consumed. Consumed when? Right? When Christ returns. If he finds you eating that unclean food, brother, you're dead. Alright? How old are you, bro? 27? Are you married? Alright, you go to school, you work? Alright, that's good. So you got, this brother got a flyer. I want you to come to our school. Alright, I see you got a sincere spirit to yourself, right? It's time for you to start congregating. Alright? One of the other laws is the freedom. The key to freedom is the keeping of this day, which is a high day, according to God. This is not a regular day. You know what I'm saying? This is not a regular day. Today's day is a Sabbath day, and there's rules to the game on this day. Right? We're not to just do whatever we want on this day. You were on your way to work or something like that? Or you came from work? or you just came out of your house, all right. I'm going to read you the Sabbath and the rules on the Sabbath. It was read before, but being that you're standing here, I'm going to show you the basics, the key to freedom. Read.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
The Most High said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Mama, one of the other things that the church will teach is the Sabbath day, which is today. They tell you what? Tomorrow, Sunday, is the day to worship. That's wrong. That is wrong. And we're teaching right now about the Sabbath day. What we must do and we must not do on that day. Read.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Why? Because our people are very forgetful. So it had to be written in there like that. Remember. Read.
6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work.
So us as a people, we have a freedom, a liberty of working 6 days. Right? To do all our work, meaning housework or labor. All right? Yes. Read.
But the seventh day.
But what?
But the seventh day.
The seventh day, which is Friday night to Saturday night,
is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
It's the Lord's Sabbath. It's the Lord's Sabbath. So the church have been lying to us about saying that they're saying that the Lord's Sabbath is on Sunday. That is a lie. A lie that was implemented by who? Constantine, right? Constantine. Right? He said, how are we going to keep the Israelites from breaking, keep them breaking the commandments? Let's switch the Lord's day. From Sunday, tomorrow you go to the churches, it's full. Leading our people to death. One of the other lies. So today is the Lord's Sabbath day. Right? There's things we must do and there's things that we cannot do on that day. Let me get the cooking, the fire.
Yes, sir.
All right? You cook today, mama? You didn't cook today? That's good. No, cook when the sun is down. You got to cook. That's when the day begins, when the sun is down.
Right.
All right? Cook your food then. Eat whatever you have. A sandwich, cornflakes, whatever you have now, eat it. When the sun goes down, you can fry up whatever you want to fry up. You know? Make sure it's not pork, shrimp, and lobster. All right? Read.
Exodus 16, verse 20.
You get the fire. Candle on fire, 35. I'm going to read to you about the cooking. All right? The rules of cooking on the Sabbath or not cooking on the Sabbath. All right? Read.
Exodus 35, verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitation upon the Sabbath day.
So we're not supposed to turn on the stove on the Sabbath day. Right? Neither the microwave. Because the microwave is an oven. The word it says itself, microwave oven. You could actually put a turkey leg in there and cook it. So there is it's a cooking device. It's a burning device, right?
Right.
Read.
Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31.
Let's go back to 16. Right? So you want to ask yourself what you're going to do on that day. What can you do? How you prepare yourself for that day? As far as food is concerned, right? Read.
Exodus 16 verse 23. And he said unto them.
He said unto them, meaning you, Hispanics, blacks, and Native Americans.
That's right.
This is that which the Lord had said. Tomorrow is the rest of the Holy Sabbath.
So tomorrow, a day like today, is the rest of the Holy Sabbath. This is Friday now, Friday night. Read.
Unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake today, and see that you will sieve, and that which remaineth overlay up for you to be kept until the morning.
So the Lord said, bake and stew and cook whatever you're going to cook before the sun goes down on Friday. And whatever's left, you keep it, you eat it the rest of the day until tomorrow, until the sun goes down again. So that's one of the other rules. No working, no cooking. You understand what I'm saying? The other thing is that we're not supposed to buy on today's day. We're not supposed to give our business to these people here. All right? We got to stand up for what's written in the Bible, for what's righteous. Read.
The bind.
I'm going to show you that we're not supposed to buy on that day, on a day like today, right? Read.
Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring word any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy of them on the Sabbath,
That we would buy.
if of them on the Sabbath,
Start again. Let's start again.
and if the people of the land bring word of any victuals on the Sabbath day,
So if any business like CVS, Dunkin' Donuts, they bring their goods, the donuts, their I guess shampoo, what are they selling here? Medicine, shampoo, toilet paper. If they bring any of that thing on the Sabbath day, what are we supposed to do?
to sell,
To sell it, because that's what they doing.
that we would not buy of them.
That we will not buy it of them. We will not buy it of them. We're not to buy of none of these businesses. No matter if it's black owned or foreign people owned. Alright? Read.
Buy of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, that we would leave the 7th year and the exaltation. That's it.
Alright, so we're not supposed to buy it on the Sabbath day nor on the high holy days, the new moons. Alright, because we celebrate the new moons every month. It's to be celebrated as a Sabbath as well. In that you could cook. Right? That's one of the Sabbaths where we are allowed to cook. Right? But in this regular Sabbath, we're not supposed to cook on this day. Alright? Another one of the lies that the Christian church teaches what? That everyone can be saved. That Christ came for everyone.
Bring it out.
Right? They didn't teach that in church, sister?
Everyone cannot be saved. I know that.
Right. You know who has a key to salvation? You and you.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The Chinese men, they don't have salvation according to Christ. The white men, they don't have salvation according to Christ. The real Africans, they don't have salvation according to Christ. The Arabs, they don't have salvation according to Christ.
Right, right.
The righteous place is to serve you as slaves. You hear me, sister? A white lady is supposed to be serving you, washing your feet. They should be bowing down to you. That's the righteous place.
Right.
Right? But the churches teach you different. Let's find out what Christ says about who he came to save. All right? Read.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 24.
Let's read. It's the New Testament now.
But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So he said he is not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That lost sheep is you and you. So the other nations, they don't have nothing to do with this Bible.
That's right.
They took this Bible and used it to what? To enslave us. Your knee is hurting, sis? You missed out a good session on pork eating and shrimp eating. You eat all those things? Let me give you one more law, mommy, before you go. Before you go. Let me give you one more law. Let me get the pants, bro. I'm gonna give you one simple law that you can change tomorrow when you get home. Or right now when you get home. I'm gonna show you one law. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5.
Oh, your knee can't be hurting me.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So the woman is not to wear that which pertaineth to a man. What is it that you are wearing that pertaineth to a man? Yes. Alright, so that's a man's clothing that you're not supposed to be wearing. Alright?
Tell me where it's only said to a man.
Let me get that in Exodus 28, right?
Yes. 28. Let me get that in Exodus 20. That's a very good question, Mama. What's your name? Sandra. That's a very good question. A lot of sisters, the first thing you tell them, when you tell them they can't wear pants, get the hell with y'all. No, but you ask the right question. Where does it say in the Bible? I'm going to show you that. Alright? Read.
Yes.
Exodus chapter 28 and verse 41.
Yes.
And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother and his sons with him, and shall anoint them and consecrate them. And thou shalt make, verse 42, and thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness.
So linen breeches, meaning pants, was made for Aaron's sons. Alright? To cover their nakedness. It wasn't Aaron's daughters, it says Aaron's sons.
Right.
You understand? So the breeches or pants were made for Aaron's sons, meaning the men of Israel, not you, sister. Right? You have a righteous place in his kingdom. You have to take that part and play that part. Right? You have to dress modestly. Let me get that for the sister. I'll come back to you, Omar. You listen, because you're eventually going to get a wife. You got to 28, 42.
42.
All right? One more, mama. One more. Hold on, Sandra. The most are going to give you strength to stand there and listen to this. You will. You just got to start being obedient then. So what are you going to do with those pants?
Don't take them off right now. I get old, but I can't tell you. I will never wear pants. I can't tell you that.
You gotta do that. You can't compromise, sister. If you want the kingdom of God, if you want your knees to stop hurting, if you want your knees to stop hurting, right? If you want your health to come back to your body, you gotta start obeying God.
That's right.
Right.
That's
Sometimes we wonder why things happen to us because we are disobedient as a people. You understand? We are disobedient as a people. So you gotta take heed of what's coming out. It wasn't my words that I brought out about the pants. It was Deuteronomy 22 and 5. God's word that said, yo, a woman is not supposed to wear pants. I didn't say that to you. The Bible says that to you. You obey God's words. And neither shall a man wear woman's clothing. That's wrong. Lil Wayne and who else? All them rappers is wearing skirts and all that now. You got Kanye West wearing skirts and this and that. That's an abomination.
That's right.
You got Tyler Perry, right? That's his name.
Yeah,
Tyler Perry. And everybody laughing, giggling on that. Right? And God called it an abomination. So we as a people got to start being more conscious of how we move, how we present ourselves to the world. You understand, Omar? There's righteous places for all of us. You as a woman, you as a man. All right, I'm going to show you that in Timothy. How you're supposed to present yourself, sister. Read.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
In like manner also, the woman
That you, Sandra, a woman, beautiful woman,
adorn themselves
meaning adorn, meaning present yourself or dress yourself
in modest apparel.
in modest apparel. Because it's not fair for me to look at your shape. Who am I to you? I'm just a regular man out here. Why am I looking at your shape? You understand, sis? So you got to carry yourself modestly. What? Decently. With your skirt, not showing you, not tight, showing all your behind and everything else like that. Right? Modestly. Read.
In modest apparel with shamefacedness
With shamefacedness
and sobriety.
so you're supposed to be humble and sober. Meaning if you're going to drink, know your limits. Right? If 2 cups is your limits, that's where you leave it at. Don't go to the third one like who your friend is at. She had a Colt 45. What is the name of that cow, the cow can? She had a Colt 45. Huh? All right. I mean, you say you knew her, right?
I lived here 47 years.
47. So she around here all the time, right? What happened with her? She went over her limit. She had a Georgie pint, and she got a 40 ounce of Colt 45. Right? A woman is not supposed to be hanging like that. I'm doing like that. And sober. All right? And you as an older woman, let me get that in Titus. As an older woman, you have a job as well. Right? You have to come to the commandments of God, learn it, and you have a duty behind that.
That's right.
Not learn it and keep it in your pocket, or in your purse, or in your little car. Right? There's a purpose behind you learning this culture and this heritage. Read.
Titus chapter 2 and verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
So you as an aged woman supposed to be walking around in a holy manner. Meaning with your skirt, keeping your fringes on, right? The fringes are these things like this. These are fringes, okay? Put that on your skirt, right? Holiness and holiness, right? Read.
As becometh holiness,
Uh-huh.
not false accusers.
Not false accusers, meaning the lying spirit. You're not supposed to have that lying spirit. On your husband's face, always lying on him or lying about him, right? Read.
Not given to much wine.
You see what I said before? Not giving them too much wine. Turn around, the friend there, she gave in too much wine. Read.
Teachers of good things.
Teachers of good things. We're going to find out what good is. You get that in Romans, right?
Yep.
Teachers of good things. We're going to find out what that good thing is. All right? Because everything in the world seems to be good to everyone. Right? But that's not true. There's one good thing. Let's find out what that good thing is. All right?
Oh, sorry. Romans 7. Yes, sir.
Romans chapter 7 and verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy.
So the law is holy. The law, the commandments is holy.
And the commandment holy.
And the commandments is holy, the law, right?
And just.
Just, right? Meaning it's going to do you good.
And good.
And what?
And good.
So what is good, Sandra? Just and holy are the commandments. The laws and the commandments are just, holy, and good. So that's the good that you got to teach. Go back to Tithing. That's the good that you as an older woman, an aged woman, supposed to teach the younger women. Because if you look around out here, especially on Dykeman, everybody trying to show their prints of their body parts. Right? You standing here, you could look down the block, you could see prints of body parts. That's not holy at all. Right? And that's the order in which we got to come back to. And that's what the churches is not teaching. That's one of the other things that they're keeping away from us.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are Israelites. Take care of us. And our children too. We have repented. How about you? People want to know who's the king.
O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew, it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sound wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.